Another common unit of area is land measurements. And we tend to use an acre when we talk about the English system. And for very large land measurements, we use square miles, which is 640 acres. In the metric system, we have a little bit different notations. So in the metric system, we have an R, which is denoted with an A. It's basically 10 meters on one side. So an R would be 10 meters by 10 meters, or 100 meters squared, which you see here. Large area land measures hectares, HA, which are 100 Rs. Okay. And what that is looking at having, instead of 10 meters, it would be 100 meters times 100 meters. So 10,000 meters squared. And so you have a little bit different measurements whenever you're talking about land measure. Most of the time what we hear around here are acres. And so what that's looking at is 4,840 yards squared. And that's approximately 70 yards by 70 yards is an acre. What we're looking at type thing. It's 1 mile by 1 mile, is 640 acres. So let's look at how we can convert those type of things. A square field has a side of 300 meters. So we know that it has a square field. It's 300 meters by 300 meters. So 300 meters times 300 meters. We know that the area is going to be 90,000 meters squared. 300 times 300. Okay? We want to convert that into hectares. Well, this is a hectare, and a hectare is equal to 10,000 meters squared. So I start with 90,000 meters squared over 1. And I want to put the meters squared on the denominator is equal to 1 hectare. 90,000 divided by 10,000, that gives me 10 hectares. So a field that is 300 meters by 300 meters is 9 hectare. Again, the hectare and the air we don't use very much. We tend to think of it as yards and acres. So let's look at the square field that has yards. So we've got 270 yards. I'm sorry, 250 yards by 250 yards. So if I take the area, 250 times 250 would give me 62,500 yards squared. And I want to know how many acres this is. So 1 acre is equal to 4,840 yards squared. So I have 62,500 yards squared. And again, I'm using dimensional analysis. And I have 4,840 yards squared is equal to 1 acre. So my yards squared cancel out, multiply straight across. So I'm going to have 62,500 divided by 4,840, which will give me 12.9 acres. You're still just using dimensional analysis with these land measurements. You just have a little bit different units to use with them.